Now I am going to share the slides. Okay, these are my slides. Okay, is title slide visible, Shreya? ओके, आवाज क्लियर है? ओके, आप अभी अपना माइक ऑफ कर सकते हो. आई एम गोइंग टू स्टार्ट द लेक्चर नंबर 4 यूनिट नंबर 2 क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स. ओके, इन लास्ट लेक्चर वी हैव डिराइव्ड द लैग्रेंजियस इक्वेशन फ्रॉम D'Alembert principle. So today we will see that one important topic related to the gauge function, and we will say that the gauge, after putting gauge function in Lagrange's equation, the value of that equation comes to be 0. It means that gauge function will satisfy the Lagrange's equation, and we say that the Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation. So today we will see what is gauge function. Okay, we are dealing with the unit number 2. Okay, so what is gauge function? Okay, first of all I will tell you what is gauge function, then I will tell you how the gauge function is satisfying the Lagrange's equation. Okay, we will see one derivation. Okay, so what is gauge function? If suppose consider any arbitrary function f. Okay, just consider any arbitrary function. Arbitrary function matlab that function is any function, that may be quadratic equation, that may be the cubic equation, that may be any equation of any order and any degree. Any function of any order and any degree. Consider any arbitrary function. I am considering the arbitrary function f. If suppose f is the function of generalized coordinate as well as time coordinate. Okay, f is the function of what? Generalized coordinates. What are generalized coordinates? q1, q2, qk up to qn. These are the generalized coordinates. I already taught you in last lecture. q1, q2, q3 up to qn, they are generalized coordinates, and t is time coordinate. So suppose this function f is the function of generalized coordinates and time coordinate. Okay, f is the function of generalized coordinate and time coordinate. If suppose we are differentiating this with respect to t, differentiate f with respect to t. Okay, how to differentiate this type of equation I already taught you in last lecture. If you want to differentiate the this right hand side, this is left hand side. If I want to differentiate left hand side with respect to t, then it will become df by dt. If I want to differentiate right hand side, so first of all I have to differentiate with q1 and then q1 with t. Okay, so how I can differentiate this equation? First of all, partially differentiate f with respect to q, then fully differentiate q1 with respect to t. Again partially differentiate f with respect to q2, again differentiate q2 with respect to t. Partially differentiate f with respect to qk, again qk differentiate with the t. Okay, again partially differentiate f with respect to qn, again qn differentiate with t. This type of we have to differentiate in this way. So after differentiating, what you get after differentiating, you will get this kind of thing. Okay, so left hand side differentiate with respect to t means df by dt. Okay, left hand side is very easy. But what about right hand side? First of all differentiate f with respect to q1, del f by del q1. Then again differentiate q1 with respect to t, dq1 by dt. So first you have to differentiate partially, then you have to differentiate fully. Okay, del f by del q1 into dq1 by dt. And now for q2, del f by del q2 dq2 by dt. Del f by del q2 dq2 by dt plus now qk, del f by del qk dqk by dt. Del f by del qk dqk by dt. Again for qn, del f by del qn dqn by dt. Del f by del qn dqn by dt. And lastly with respect to t only, del f by del t. Del f by del t. So this kind of differentiation I already taught you in the last lecture. So if you see this kind of the function, then you have to differentiate in this way. Right hand side you have to differentiate in this way. Okay, right hand side you have to differentiate in this way. Okay, after differentiating you will get this long type of equation. You will get. So this equation I can write in terms of summation. I already taught you in last lecture how to write this whole equation in terms of summation, because q1 is there, q2 is there, okay, qk is there and qn is there. Okay, so just write the summation over k is equal to 1 to n, del f by del qk and qk dot. This term you have to write inside the summation. Del f by del qk, okay, dqk by dt. Okay, first of all, dq1 by dt I can write as q1 dot. dq2 by dt I can write as q2 dot. dqk by dt I can write qk dot. dqn by dt I can write qn dot. डॉट में लिख सकते हैं. ओके, फॉर टाइम डेरिवेटिव यू कैन यूज डॉट. dr by dt you can write as r dot. So dqn by dt you can write as q1 dot. dq2 by dt you can write as q2 dot. dqk by dt you can write as qk dot, and dqn by dt you can write as qn dot. So in the form of dot I am writing this. In place of dqn by dt, q1 dot. In place of dq2 by dt, q2 dot. In place of dqk by dt, dqk dot, and in place of dqn by dt I can write as qn dot. So in that form of dot I have written it. Now this whole equation you can write in the form of summation. Okay, summation over k is equal to 1 to n, and you have to write this term because k is equal to 1 to n. Okay, plus this is not the function of k because there is del f by del t, so k is not involved here, so this term will be as it is. So in terms of summation you can write this equation df by dt is equal to summation over k del f by del qk del f by del qk into qk dot, where k is equal to 1 to n. अगर k की जगह पे 1 रखा, if I put in 1 in place of k, it will become del f by del q1 dot. If I put in place of k I put 2, then I will get second term del f by del q2 into q2 dot. If I will put in place of k n, then I will get this term del f by del qn dot. So it means that this whole 4 terms I can write in form of summation. This summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot plus this term is not, k is not here for this last term. K is not here for this last term. It means that last term will be as it is. It will not comes under the summation. It is as it is. So it is the equation number 1. So it means that if I consider the function f, which is the function of generalized coordinate and time coordinate, so its derivative I can write with respect to t, I can write in the form of this equation df by dt is equal to summation over k del f by del qk upon into qk dot plus del f by del t. This can be a equation number 1. तो इस तरीके से मैं df by dt को लिख सकता हूँ. So you have to remember that you can write as df by dt in these terms. Okay, summation over k plus del f by del t. You can write in the form of this summation, in the form of summation df by dt. So you have to remember the value of df by dt. So you have to remember the value of df by dt. F is any arbitrary function and its derivative with respect to t you can write as summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot plus del f by del t. This is the equation number 1. Okay, now initially we have considered f as an arbitrary function and its derivative this comes this. Okay, the derivative of f comes this as a equation number 1. If suppose I will add this function to the Lagrangian. If I add this function to the Lagrangian, what is Lagrangian function? L. L is called Lagrangian function. L is called Lagrangian function, and if I will add this function to the Lagrangian, then it will become gauge function. Okay, it will become gauge function. If suppose L is Lagrangian, okay, if I add df by dt to the L, it means L plus df by dt. If I add df by dt to L, then it will become gauge function. L is the Lagrangian function. You know that L is equal to t minus v. L is the Lagrangian function. If I will add df by dt to L, then it will become gauge function. It means that L plus df by dt is gauge function. Okay, so consider that L is the Lagrangian of the system which satisfy the Lagrangian equation. So L is क्या है? L is the Lagrangian of the system which satisfy the Lagrangian equation. Okay, now we have to construct a new function. Construct a new function that is called L dash, and L dash will be L plus df by dt. बोला था अभी L plus df by dt, that is nothing but L dash. So if suppose L is satisfying the Lagrangian equation, so L dash should satisfy the Lagrangian equation. should satisfy the Lagrange's equation. So we will prove that L dash is satisfying Lagrangian equation or not. Okay, so L dash is nothing but L plus df by dt. So L plus df by dt is called gauge function. Okay, so if suppose someone asks you what is gauge function, so you have to define the gauge function, that is L dash is equal to L plus df by dt. L dash means L plus df by dt. अगर Lagrangian में, if in Lagrangian I will add df by dt, then it will become gauge function, and f is nothing but the arbitrary function. F is what? Arbitrary function. And if I take the derivative of the arbitrary function and I will add to the Lagrangian of the system, if I add df by dt into the Lagrangian of the system, so the total the expression will comes, that is L dash. L dash means L plus df by dt. So L dash is called gauge function. So what is gauge function? L plus df by dt. L plus df by dt is gauge function. ओके, सो डिफाइन गेज फंक्शन बोला तो तुमको लिखना है L डैश इज इक्वल टू L प्लस डी. सबसे पहले यू हैव टू स्टार्ट विद द आर्बिट्ररी फंक्शन f, then you have to you have to take the derivative of this arbitrary function. Okay, and this derivative of arbitrary function you have to add into the Lagrangian, that is L plus df by dt. So new function will come, that is L dash. So L dash is equal to L plus df by dt. So it is called gauge function. So equation number 2 represent the gauge function. Okay, now I have to prove that if L is the Lagrangian of the system, so L satisfies the Lagrange's equation. If L dash is the gauge function, so L dash, whether the L dash satisfying the Lagrangian equation or not, ये हमको प्रूफ करना है. वी हैव टू प्रूव दैट. ओके, सो इफ आई एम एबल टू प्रूव दैट L dash is satisfying the Lagrange's equation, then I can say that Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation, or this is also called as gauge invariance of Lagrangian. It means that if I am putting L dash into the Lagrangian equation, okay, in place of L, if I am putting L dash means L plus df by dt. If in place of if I put L in place of L, I put L plus df by dt, that is L dash. If I will get the value 0, it means that gauge function is satisfying the Lagrange's equation. It means that Lagrange's equation is invariant. It means it remain unchanged under gauge transformation. It means the value of that, if I will put L dash in place of L, if the value comes to be 0, then I can say that Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation, or in other words I can say that gauge invariance of Lagrangian. समझ में आया? अगर L की जगह L dash पुट करता हूं Lagrange's equation में, तो वैल्यू 0 आनी चाहिए. अगर 0 आई तो क्या बोलूंगा कि मैं Lagrange's equations are invariant under gauge function or under gauge transformation. Okay, अगर 0 नहीं आई तो मैं बोलूंगा कि Lagrange's equations are not invariant. Okay, तो we will have to check whether the value comes to be 0 or not. Okay, so question ऐसा आता है कि what is gauge function, and prove that Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation. Okay, so Lagrange's equation, we know that what is Lagrange's equation for conservative system. This is the Lagrange's equation. You have to remember this equation: d by dt del L by del qk dot minus del L by del qk is equal to 0. This is the equation number 3, and you know that this is the famous Lagrange's equation. Okay, I already told you the Lagrange's equation or taught you in few last few lectures. Okay, d by dt is del L by del qk dot minus del L by del qk is equal to 0. It is the Lagrange's equation. If suppose I am putting in place of L dash, the value should come 0. If it is coming 0, then I can say that the gauge function is satisfying Lagrange's equation. It means that Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation. Okay, it means that and you know that L is equal to t minus v. Okay, and L dash is gauge function satisfying. If suppose L dash satisfying the equation number 3, it means that we can say that the invariance of Lagrange's equation under gauge transformation or gauge invariance of Lagrangian. If suppose L dash is satisfying the equation, So we have to prove that L dash is satisfying the equation number 3. It means Lagrange's equation or not. If suppose I am putting in place of L dash, okay, in equation number 3, put L dash in place of L in equation number 3. Okay, after putting L dash, if I will get 0, then I can say that L dash is satisfying Lagrange's equation. Okay, then I can say that Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation. Okay, so we have to prove that left hand side is 0. Okay, we have to prove the left hand side is 0 or not. Okay, we have to prove that. If it is comes to 0, then I can say that the L dash is satisfying the Lagrange's equation and Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation. Okay, so if we prove LHS of equation number 4 to be equal to 0, then we can say that L dash satisfied the Lagrange's equation. So ये 0 तो मैंने यहाँ लिख दिया, लेकिन we have to prove that. We have to prove that after placing L dash in place of L, the values comes to be 0. We have to prove that. So after if I want to prove that thing, so I can consider the left hand side of the equation. And by considering the left hand side of the equation, I will have to prove that that comes to be 0. Okay, I have to prove that. Okay, it will it come 0 or not? I have to prove that. Okay, so by taking the left hand side of the equation number 4, d by dt del L by del L dash by del q k dot minus del L by del q k. सो मैं लेफ्ट हैंड साइड ले रहा हूँ इक्वेशन नंबर 4 का, और ये लेफ्ट हैंड साइड को सॉल्व करके मैं प्रूफ करूंगा कि 0 आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा है. इफ सपोज इट कम 0, देन आई कैन से दैट L dash satisfying the Lagrange's equation. It means Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation, or in other words I can say that gauge invariance of Lagrange. Okay, so I have to prove LHS equal to 0. So I am taking LHS. LHS is what? Left hand side of this equation, d by dt del L dash upon del q k dot minus del L dash upon del q k. Okay, I know that the value of L dash. What is L dash? L dash is L plus df by dt. I already told you in the equation number 2. L dash is L plus df by dt. So in place of L dash, I can write as L plus df by dt from equation number 2. Okay, because L dash is gauge function, and what is gauge function? L plus df by dt. L plus df by dt is gauge function. Okay, so in place of L dash, I will put L plus df by dt. Okay, so in place of L dash, I am putting L plus df by dt. Here also L dash, so I am putting L plus df by dt. Why I am putting L plus df by dt? Because L dash means gauge function, and the value of gauge function is L plus df by dt, and f is arbitrary function. Okay, so from equation number 2, I have put these two values. Okay, again I am considering the same equation in next slide. d by dt del q k dot L plus df by dt minus del by del q k L plus df by dt. And you know that the derivative, sum of the derivative, if this is derivative del by del q k, partial derivative, and there is a one a plus b, so we can separate it. Okay, with the rule of derivative, I can separate it, because you know that derivative of a plus b is nothing but derivative of a plus derivative of b. If differentiation is common for a plus b, then I can separate it, dA by dt plus dB by dt. So same rule is I will apply here, del by del q k dot L plus df by dt. Okay, it will become del L by del q k dot plus del by del q k df by dt. Minus, same here I will separate is del L by del q k plus minus minus del by del q k in bracket df by dt. So I will separate the derivative. Okay, after separating I will get this d by dt del L by del q k dot plus del by del q k this function in bracket df by dt minus del L by del q k minus, okay, plus minus del by del q k in bracket df by dt. I have separated them. Okay, now this d by dt is common for whole bracket, this bracket, first bracket. D by dt is common for this first bracket, so I can add this d by dt involved, this d by dt associated with first term, and this d by dt is also associated with the second term, so I will separate it. Okay, so by opening that bracket, separating these, so okay, I will get d by dt del L by del q k dot plus d by dt is also associated with that term because this is common, so d by dt del by del qk dot df by dt, and these terms are as it is. These terms are as it is. Okay, now look at this term d by dt del L by del qk dot. This is the term of the Lagrange's equation, first term of the Lagrange's equation, and here this is minus del L by del qk. This is the second term of the Lagrange's equation. So I will bring this term to close to that term, first term. तो ये फर्स्ट टर्म के पास इसको मैं लेके जाऊंगा. ओके, आई विल शिफ्ट दिस टू in place of or in closer to that first term. I will shift this to closer to this first term. So this will be d by dt del L by del qk dot minus, I will rearrange this term to here. I have shifted this term to here. So minus del L by del qk. Now this term is d by dt del by del qk dot df by dt minus this term. Okay, just I have not transferred, just I have shifted these to closer to this first term. Why I have shifted? Because this will become the Lagrange's equation. Okay, d by dt del L by del qk dot minus del L by del qk is Lagrange's equation. This is Lagrange's equation. Okay, because Lagrange's equation means d by dt del L by del qk dot minus del L by del qk. It is the Lagrange's equation. Okay, and the value of Lagrange's equation is 0. We know that Lagrange's equation d by dt del L by del qk dot minus del L by del qk is equal to 0 लिखते हैं हम. So in place of this Lagrange's equation, this is the left hand side of the Lagrange's equation. So this I can write as 0, because this is the Lagrange's equation term, and it can be written as 0. Okay, so d by dt del L by del qk dot minus del L by del qk I can write as 0. Okay, in place of this I can write as 0. Okay, after writing as 0 plus d by dt in bracket del by del qk dot df by dt minus del by del qk df by dt. So this will be 0 plus this term. Okay, we are left with this term d by dt del by del qk dot df by dt minus del by del qk df by dt. Okay, but we know that the value of df by dt from equation number 1, when we have taken the arbitrary function f and then we have taken the derivative of that arbitrary function. Okay, we will get one value, that is summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot, okay, plus del f by del t. Okay, so from equation number 1 we know that the value of df by dt. So value of df by dt is nothing but summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot plus del f by del t. Okay, this is from equation number 1. Okay, this we have, when in first slide we have defined f and then we have taken the derivative of that f. So that derivative of f came that summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot plus del f by del t from equation number 1. Now I can put this value to the equation number 5. ओके, इस वैल्यू को मैं इक्वेशन नंबर 5 में पुट करूंगा. आई विल पुट दिस वैल्यू टू द इक्वेशन नंबर 5. ओके, सो आफ्टर पुटिंग दिस वैल्यू इन प्लेस ऑफ df by dt I can put this whole value. I can put in place of df by dt I can put this whole value. So after putting the value of df by dt in equation 5 I will get this one. Okay, in place of df by dt I have put this value, summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot plus del f by del t. Okay, and here also in place of that df by dt I have put summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot plus del f by del t. Okay, in place of df by dt I have put these values. Okay, these summation values. Okay, because these values comes from equation number 1 where I have defined the function f and the derivative of that. Okay, so after putting this value of df by dt I will get this kind of equation. Okay, in this kind of equation, okay, then I can take this summation at the outside, and then this derivative is associated with this term, also this term. This derivative is also associated with this term and this term. Okay, so I can separate them. Okay, after separating this summation I can take outside, that is summation over k is equal to 1 to n, and this derivative del by del qk is with this del f by del qk into qk dot plus this derivative is also with this term del by del qk dot del f by del t. It means this term is common for both, so I am separating them. Del by del qk dot, that is del f by del qk into qk dot, plus del f by del qk dot into del f by del t. Okay, minus summation over k I am taking at outside. Again this derivative is associated with both the term. So this derivative with this term, also this derivative is associated with this term. So del by del qk, del f by del qk into qk dot minus plus minus minus plus minus minus. I am separating them. So del by del qk is del f by del t. Okay, just I am separating them. Okay, now you know that with the help of derivative rule, this is the derivative. Del by del qk dot is the derivative of two functions. This is first function, this is second function. First function is what? Del f by del qk. Second function is what? Qk dot. So there are two functions. One function, first function and second function, and there is a derivative. So if there are two functions, okay, then we can use the product rule of the derivative. Okay, so del by del qk dot, del f by del qk is the first function and qk dot is the second function. So if I want to take the derivative of both this term, this is the derivative, del by del qk dot is the derivative of two functions. So we can use product rule. First function, derivative of second, second function plus second function, derivative of first. We have to use product rule here. Similarly here also, this is the derivative, del by del qk, this is the first function and this is the second function. So I can use the derivative. Okay, derivative of product rule of derivative to them. Okay, there are two functions. This is first function, del f by del qk is first function, qk dot is second function, and this is derivative. So derivative of these two functions, we can use apply the product rule. So how can we apply the product rule? Okay, product rule means if there are two functions, first take first function, then derivative of second, plus take second function into derivative of first. So we have to apply the product rule here and we have to apply the product rule of derivative here. So after applying the product rule, what will we'll get? Just look at d by dt summation over k. This is first function, df by del f by del qk. Okay, the derivative of second means this qk, del by del qk dot, because I am taking the derivative with respect to qk dot. So this is the first function and this is the second function. So first function, this first function, del f by del qk, derivative of second. So I am taking derivative, del by del qk dot upon del qk dot, derivative of second, plus second function, qk dot, derivative of first. So I am taking derivative of first function is what? Del f by del qk. So derivative, del by del qk dot, derivative of second function. And this, in this term I am exchanging the derivative. Del by del t I am taking outside and del by del qk dot I am taking inside. So there is a purpose, just you have to interchange the derivative. Del by del t I am taking outside and del by del qk I am taking inside. So here del by del t in bracket del f by del qk dot. Okay, minus summation over k. Okay, del by del. Here also I am applying the product rule. There are two functions, first function and second function. So first function, del f by del qk, derivative of second, derivative of with respect to qk. Here the derivative is with respect to qk. So del by del qk dot upon del qk minus. Why here minus? Because in product rule there is a plus, but here is minus. Here is minus. That's why plus minus is minus. So that's why I am taking here minus. Okay, I am here showing here minus because plus minus minus. Okay, minus second function qk dot, the derivative of first, del f by del qk, del by del qk, del f by del qk. Okay, minus here this term is as it is, del by del qk, del by del qk, del f by del t. Okay, so in this step I have used the product rule of derivative where I have applied in this term and in this term. Why? There are two functions. Okay, again I am telling the product rule of the derivative. This is the derivative, del by del qk dot. Okay, this is the first function, del f by del qk into qk dot. So what is the rule? Write the first function as it is, del f by del qk, take the derivative of second. So del by del qk dot by del qk dot plus write the second function qk dot and take the derivative of first del by del qk dot. This is the first function, so I am taking the derivative of first function del f by del qk, del by del qk dot del f by del qk. Okay, so these are the two function and I have to apply the product rule. Okay, first function derivative of second plus second function derivative of first, and here I am taking the derivative with respect to qk dot. Say similarly here also I am applying product rule. This is the first function, I am taking first function and derivative of second function with respect to qk, del by del qk dot upon del qk minus why minus come, because in derivative rule there is a plus, but plus minus is outside, minus is common, minus plus minus, that's why I am taking minus. Second term qk dot and derivative of first term del by del qk, this is the first term del f by del qk. So we will get this long equation. Okay, so we will get this long equation, but see here first term del qk dot upon del qk dot is cancelled, 1. Del qk dot upon del qk dot is 1. So here the del qk dot and del qk dot is cancel out, that will 1 and this long equation will remain. Okay, तो इतना बड़ा equation बचता है, we are left with this long equation. Okay, now you have to remember one thing here. Okay, after getting this step you have to remember one thing. Initially we have defined the arbitrary function f, and this arbitrary function is the function of generalized coordinates q1, q2, q3 up to qn. Okay, it means f is the function of q, but f is not the function of q dot. Okay, f is the function of q, f is the function of q1, q2, q3, q4, qk up to qn. It means f is the function of q, it means f is the function of qk, but f is not the function of qk dot. f क्या है, qk का function है, but qk dot का function नहीं है. qk dot is different thing, qk is different thing. qk is position vector in generalized coordinates, qk dot is generalized velocity. But f is not the function of qk dot. F is the function of qk, but f is not the function of qk dot. It means that since f is not the function of qk dot, so its derivative with respect to qk dot is 0. अगर f qk डॉट का फंक्शन नहीं है, f सिर्फ qk का फंक्शन है, f qk डॉट का फंक्शन नहीं है, तो इसका डेरिवेटिव विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू qk डॉट विल बी 0. इट मींस सिंस f इज नॉट द फंक्शन ऑफ qk डॉट, हेंस इट्स डेरिवेटिव, इट्स पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू qk डॉट इज 0. del f by del qk डॉट इज 0. ओके, सो जहां जहां del f by del qk डॉट है इस इक्वेशन में, where del f by del qk dot is present in the equation, that term will be 0. Del f by del qk dot will be 0. So where is del f by del qk dot? Here. Del f by del qk dot here. So this term will be 0. Here is also del f by del qk dot. So this term also will 0. It means these two terms will be 0 because f is not the function of qk dot. So its derivative with respect to qk dot is 0. So we will get these two terms as 0. So we are left with only 4 terms. This first term, second term, third term and fourth term. Okay, now we are left with only 4 terms. d by dt summation over k del f by del qk minus summation over k del f by del qk dot by del qk minus qk dot. वो दो टर्म 0 होने के बाद इतनी टर्म बचेंगी हमारे पास, dqk dot del by del qk del f by del qk minus del by del qk del f by del t. ओके, अब और एक चीज हमको याद रखनी है. ओके, द डेरिवेटिव ऑफ qk dot with respect to qk is 0 because qk dot is generalized velocity and qk is position vector in generalized terms. Okay, here just see the second term, qk dot is generalized velocity and qk is position vector in generalized coordinate. So del qk dot upon del qk will be 0 because this is generalized velocity. So derivative of qk dot with respect to qk is 0. So this term will be 0. Again, we have del qk dot by del qk is equal to 0 because qk dot is generalized velocity, qk is position vector, so its derivative with respect to qk is 0. So if I put this is 0, then second term will also be 0. Second term will also be 0. Okay, so second term be 0. Okay, now we are left with only 3 terms, this term and this term, and this summation is over both the 3 terms. So summation will not be deleted. Okay, this summation is over all the terms of this all 2 terms. Okay, so this term will be 0. So we are left with LHS लेफ्ट हैंड साइड d by dt समीशन ओवर के del f by del q के माइनस समीशन ओवर के q के डॉट del by del q के del f by del q के माइनस del by del q के del f by del t। तो इतनी सारी चीजें अभी हमारे पास बची। ओके, नाउ सी इन द फर्स्ट टर्म d by dt is the outside, d by dt is the outside, so I will put d by dt, I will bring d by dt inside the summation. Okay, I am bringing d by dt inside the summation because this d by dt is only applicable to first term, not second and third term. Okay, so this d by dt I can take inside the summation d by dt del f by del qk. Okay, remaining two terms are as it is. ओके, बाकी दो टर्म्स एज इट इज है, जस्ट मैंने क्या किया, डी बाई डी टी को इनसाइड लेके गया समीशन के अंदर। सो आई एम टेकिंग डी बाई डी टी इनसाइड द समीशन, सो समीशन ओवर के डी बाई डी टी डेल एफ बाई डेल क्यू के माइनस दीज टू टर्म्स आर एज इट इज। ओके, नाउ व्हाट आई विल डू, नाउ आई विल जस्ट इंटरचेंज द डेरिवेटिव। here is del by del qk, here is d by dt, so I am taking del by del के outside of the bracket and d by dt inside the bracket. Just I am exchanging the derivative. According to the rule of derivative, I can exchange the derivative. Okay, so here in first term del by del qk I am taking outside and d by dt I am taking inside. Okay, after exchanging the derivative, I will get this one. Okay, here I am just exchanging, I have written same equation in this slide also, so I am just exchanging d by dt by del qk. Okay, del by del qk I am taking outside and d by dt I am taking inside, so del by del qk and I will left in the bracket df by dt. Just I am exchanging the derivative, del by del qk I am taking outside, d by dt I am taking inside. Okay, so del by del qk df by dt and both the terms are as it is. और बाकी दो टर्म as it is है, उसमें कुछ नहीं किया, just I am playing with the first term. मैं सिर्फ पहले टर्म के साथ छेड़ाखानी कर रहा हूँ. Okay, just I am playing with the first term. d by dt I am taking inside and del by del qk I am taking outside. Why I am doing so? Because df by dt I know the value of df by dt from the equation number 1. F is any arbitrary function and we have derived this f with respect to time. So I know that df by dt is what? What is df by dt? Summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot plus del f by del t. Okay, from equation number 1 I know the value of df by dt. So just I am putting the value of df by dt here in first term and both remaining two terms are as it is. Okay, so I am just in place of df by dt I am replacing the value of df by dt from 1. Okay, just I am replacing from 1. Okay, from equation 1 says that df by dt is equal to summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot plus del f by del t. ये जो ब्रैकेट है, ये ब्रैकेट किसकी वैल्यू है? df by dt की वैल्यू है फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1 से, फ्रॉम इक्वेशन नंबर 1. सो जस्ट आई एम putting the value of df by dt from equation number 1 here. So what is the value of df by dt? Summation over k del f by del qk into qk dot plus del f by del t. So just I am replacing df by dt by this value from equation number 1. तो ये ब्रैकेट में जो ये लाल डब्बे में ओके रेड बॉक्स में जो रेड रेक्टेंगल में जो वैल्यू दिख रही है दैट केम फ्रॉम इक्वेशन नंबर 1 और वो वैल्यू किसकी है? df by dt. ओके, जस्ट आई हैव रिप्लेस दैट. ओके, अभी आगे देखो, रिप्लेस करने के बाद वी कैन सी देयर आर टू समीशन ओवर के हियर, समीशन ओवर के. ओके, बोथ द समीशन आर ओवर के, सो इन प्लेस ऑफ राइटिंग टू समीशन आई कैन राइट ओनली वन समीशन because both the summations are over k. Okay, so I can write only one summation over k. I can skip one summation because both the summation are over k. दोनों summation same है तो इसलिए एक ही बार लिखूंगा यहाँ पे. Okay, तो एक ही बार लिखा summation over k del by del qk del f by del qk into qk dot plus del f by del t. और ये बाकी के जो दोनों टर्म्स है both remaining two terms are as it is. ये as it is रखा. अभी मैं इस ब्रैकेट को सॉल्व करूंगा by using the derivative rule. Okay, I will solve this bracket. Okay, this is the a plus b. So derivative of a plus b is derivative of a plus derivative of b. just I am solving this bracket. Okay, after solving this bracket, okay, just I am solving again, I am writing the same equation here, just I am solving this bracket, derivative of a plus b, it means that derivative of a plus derivative of b, just I am opening that bracket, this bracket I am opening because this derivative del by del qk is associated with both the terms, first term and second term, just I am separating them, just I am using the rule of derivative of a plus b is derivative of a plus derivative of b. So here is a, what is a here? Del f by del qk into qk dot is a and del f by del t is b. So derivative of a plus b is derivative of a plus derivative of b. So this is derivative del by del qk dot and I am separating the bracket. So after separating I will get summation over k del by del qk, this is the first term, del f by del qk into qk dot, okay, plus here del f by del qk is second term, del f by del t, okay. So this derivative over first term and this derivative over second term, and here qk dot I am taking outside the derivative because qk dot is not the function of qk dot is not related to the qk, okay, for qk dot is constant for qk, okay, that's why I am not taking qk dot inside the derivative because qk dot is generalized velocity, okay, this is not the function of qk, okay, that's why qk dot I am taking outside the bracket, okay. So this is the derivative of this first term del f by del qk into qk dot plus this is derivative of second term, okay. So now I can see that there are four terms, this is first term, this is second term, this is third term and this is fourth term. Now look at the fourth term, del by del qk del f by del t. Here is also del by del qk del f by del t. Here is plus and here is minus. So both terms are same but opposite in sign, so they are cancelled out. Okay, these two terms are similar terms, del by del qk del f by del t, and here also del by del qk del f by del t. But this is plus and this is minus, plus minus cancel. It means similar terms with opposite signs are cancelled. Okay, now look at this term, summation over k qk dot del f by del qk del f by del qk, okay, here is also qk dot del by del qk del f by del qk, okay, qk dot is outside the derivative, here is also qk dot is outside the derivative, and del by del qk del f by del qk, here is also del by del qk del f by del, it means this term and this term is also same, this is plus and this is minus, so these terms are also cancelled out. So this second term is identical with the fourth term, cancel out because plus minus. This first term is identical with the third term but plus minus, so they are cancel out. It means whole terms in the left hand sides are cancel out, it means zero. सबके सब टर्म कैंसिल हो गए तो बचा क्या, जीरो. सो वी गॉट लेफ्ट हैंड साइड इज इक्वल टू जीरो. इट मीन्स दैट LHS, if LHS is 0, it means that what was the LHS? LHS was d by dt del L dash by del qk dot minus del L by del qk is equal to 0. It means that left hand side is 0. It means that L dash is satisfying the Lagrange's equation. Hence Lagrange's L dash means L plus df by dt. L dash is what? L plus df by dt. It means that L plus df by dt satisfying the Lagrange's equation. And what is L dash? L dash is gauge function. It means gauge function is satisfying the Lagrange's equation. It means that gauge Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation. तो इससे प्रूफ हो गया Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation. It means that after putting the gauge function in Lagrange's equation, we got zero value. It means L dash is satisfying the Lagrange's equation. It means that Lagrange's equation is invariant under gauge transformation.